a linear span. A set S is a non-empty subset of a vector space over a field F. The span of S is denoted by square bracket S is the set consisting of all linear combinations of vectors in S. Conventionally, we define the square bracket of empty set is equal to only the single point set 0 vector. I have to remarking that first one, in the vector space R cube, the linear span of two vectors, one is 1 0 0 and the second one 0 1 0, consists of all vectors in R cube that are of the form of order three tuples A B 0. For some scalars A B is in R. That means that it contains all the points in xy plane, and so it is a subspace of R cube. The span of any subset S of a vector space V is a subspace of V. It is easy to verifying that one. A span of a subset S is a vector space of a vector space is always a subspace of V. Moreover, it contains S. Moreover, we can always establish that the span of any subset S is the smallest subspace of V containing the set S. I have to define a set. A subset S of a vector space V generates, or otherwise we can have to say it spans the vector space V whenever the span of S is equal to whole vector space V. In this case, we can also say that vectors of S generates or span V. Some of the examples I have to discuss here. The vectors 1 0 0 1, 1 0 0, second one 0 1 0 and the third one 0 0 1 in the vector space R cube generates whole the vector space R cube. The vectors order triples 1 1 0, second 1 0 1 and third one 0 1 1 in R cube generates whole vector space R cube. To find out what are the scalars, coefficients of linear combination of these vectors, we can always find out R is equal to 1/2 of A plus B minus C, S is equal to 1/2 of A minus B of C, and T it is equal to 1/2 of minus A plus B plus C for arbitrary vector ABC belonging to R cube can be represented as a linear combination of these vectors, given vectors. The vectors fx, we can have to consider it is a polynomial x square plus 3x minus 2, gx is equal to 2x square plus 5x minus 3, and hx is equal to minus x square minus 4x plus 4, generates the vector space P2R. And arbitrary polynomial ax square plus bx plus c has the coefficients of linear combinations r it is equal to minus 8a plus 5b plus 3c, s is equal to 4a minus 2b minus c, t is equal to minus a plus b plus c. There are many different subsets that generates a subspace W of a vector space V. If W is a subspace of V, then it can be spanned by so many sets, subsets of a vector space V. That I have to say by means of the example for one. Moreover, I have to describe one more example. It is natural to seek a subset of a subspace W that generates W and is as small as possible. if we can find out such types of subset is always possible. We can have to discuss such types of phenomenon later on in this lecture. In the next section, we explore the circumstances under which a vector can be removed from a generating set to obtain a smaller generating sets. Now we are going on to our main topic, that is known as linear dependence. I have to first introduce by means of earlier discussion. Suppose V is a vector space over an infinite field F, and that W is a subspace of a vector space V. Then we noting that if W is not a zero subspace, then W is an infinite set, because it is desirable to find a vector, desirable to find a small finite subset S that generate W, because we can then describe each vector in W as a linear combination of the finite numbers of vectors in S. Consider, for example, the subspace W of R cube generated by one of the set S. It is equal to U1, I have to say it is 2 minus 1 4, U2 is equal to 1 minus 1 3, U3 is equal to 1 1 minus 1, and U4 it is equal to 1 minus 2 1. That is one of the subset of a R cube. Since there cannot find the scalars A1, A2, A3 such that you can write down U4 as a linear combination of U1, U2, U3, it means that U4 can be represented as A1 U1 plus A2 U2 plus A3 U3. Such types of scalar A1, A2, A3 cannot be find out. But U3 can always be represented as a linear combination of U1, U2 and U4. Because, and moreover, I have to say, it can be represented as U3 is equal to 2U1 minus 3U2 plus 0 U4. So we can always represent 2U1 minus 3U2 minus U3 plus 0 times U4, it is equal to a 0 vector. It means that 0 vector has a one of the linear combination of vectors U1, U2, U3, U4. That means that because some vector in S is a linear combination of the others, the 0 vector can be expressed as a linear combination of vectors in S using coefficients that are not all 0, 1. If we can have to say one of the vector in S can be represented as a linear combination of others in S, then the 0 vector can always be represented as a linear combination of vectors in S using coefficients that are not all 0, 1. The converse of this statement 3 is also true. That is, the 0 vector can be written as a linear combination of vectors in S in which not all the coefficients are 0, 1. It means that the 0 vector can be represented as a linear combination of vectors in S in which not all the coefficients are 0, 1. We can have to define such phenomenon by means of one of the definition, that is known as a linearly dependentness. A subset S of a vector space V is called linearly dependent if there exists a finite number of distinct vectors U1, U2, U3, Un in the set S, and the scalars A1, A2, An are in F, not all of them are 0, such that A1 U1 plus A2 U2 plus so on An Un, it is equal to the 0 vector. In this case, we also say that the vectors of S are linearly dependent. I have to remarking this definition for any vectors. First one, for any vectors u1, u2, un, we have one of the linear combination of the zero vectors a1 u1 plus a2 v2 plus an un, it is equal to 0 if all the scalars a1 it is equal to a2 is equal to an, all are 0 1. We call this is the trivial representation of the zero vector as a linear combination of vectors u1, u2, u3 and un. So we can have to define by means of trivial representation of a zero vectors by means of a linear combination of vectors u1, u2, un. I have to remarking the second thing, for a set S to be linearly dependent, there must exist a non-trivial representation of the zero vector as a linear combination of vectors in the set S. Then we can have to say that such set S is said to be linearly dependent. It can be easily verifying that one. The third remark I have to noting that one, consequently any subset of a vector space that contains the representation of the zero vector as a linear combination of vectors in the set S. Now I have to give some of the exercise for the audience, so that the set S it is equal to first vector 1 3 minus 4 2, second vector 2 2 minus 4 0, third vector 1 minus 3 2 4, fourth vector minus 1 0 1 0 of the vector space R4 is linearly dependent, since 4 multiplying the first vector minus 3 multiplying the second vector plus 2 multiplying the third vector plus 0 multiplying the fourth vector, that gives us the 0 vector of R4. And so the set S is linearly dependent because of the coefficients of this linear combination of the vectors in S are not all of them are 0 1. And moreover, 2 2 minus 4 0 can always be represented as one of the linear combination of the two vectors 1 3 minus 4 2 and the 1 minus 3 2 4 with the coefficients minus plus 4 by 3 and 2 by 3. And so we can always say that one of the vector of a set S can be represented as a linear combination of others one. I have to define by means of linearly dependentness. We can have to define linearly independentness. A subset S of a vector space V that is not linearly dependent is called linearly independent. We also say that the vectors of this set S are linearly independent. I have to noting that one, the empty set is linearly independent for, because linearly dependent sets must be non-empty. So by means of the definition of linearly independent, the empty set we can always considering as a linearly independent set. Second one, a set consisting of a single non-zero vector is always linearly independent, because if U is one of the singleton set where U is a non-zero vector in a vector space V, then if we can considering the linear combination of this linear combination of the zero vector by means of this set singleton set, we get AU it is equal to the zero vector for some non-zero scalar A in F. Thus, you can always be represented as A inverse multiplying AU, it is equal to A inverse multiplying the zero vector, that is equal to the zero vector, that means that U must be 0, 1. So, if we can have to say that the single point set which is non-zero vector in a vector space is linearly dependent, then we have a contradiction, and hence a single point set of vectors in V which is non-zero vector is called linearly independent. A set S is linear. Third, we can have to define a set S is linearly independent if and only if the only representations of the zero vector as the linear combinations of its vector are trivial representations. Because of we know that a set S is linearly dependent if and only if there is one vector in S which can be represented as a linear combination of others vector in S. It means that the vectors in S by means of a vectors of S, 0 can have the trivial representation in the sense of linearly dependence. By means of that one, I have to noting this one by means of linearly independentness. We can have to determine whether a finite set is linearly independent or dependent. What you can have to say? You can have to thinking about that statement. What you can say about a finite set is linearly independent